Everybody, welcome to our live broadcast today at noon, and I welcome you. Today, we're going to talk about something that McKinsey calls the growth triple play. I immediately thought of baseball when I heard that. So I did some posting on it earlier in the week, and I cited the many McKinsey articles that talked about this, plus some of the supporting articles. Hope you had a chance to read some of them. So I thought I'd wait till Thursday here to do a live broadcast and share a perspective with you. I thought it was very interesting. But before I do that, let's talk about some good news about our channels. First of all, I encourage you to continue to join us live, but we're live on YouTube, as you probably already know, the EntreDot channel, and both the Bill Warner and EntreDot Facebook pages. And new news, we're now a creator on LinkedIn. It just happened 2 days ago. I applied for this a year ago and waited patiently. I asked a couple of times, they said, well, keep going, you're in the mill. The mill was literally a year long, but we are now a creator on LinkedIn, so you can see us live there too on the Bill Warner page. So there you go. I encourage you all in the future to join us there. To get notices, though, of new videos, and we on average do one, maybe two a week. They all are kept on YouTube, so please consider subscribing to the EntreDot YouTube channel. And the one that most people go to is Perspectives on Entrepreneurship Leadership, but we have a playlist, a group of playlists featured right on the page you enter when you come into the YouTube channel. 8 or 9 playlists. I will bet you a lot of money that you will find various things that will help you, no matter what maturity you are in business. End of advertisement. Please subscribe, though. So let's get on into this crazy subject of the growth triple play. So it is a McKinsey perspective, and the 3 elements are creativity, analysis, and purpose. Not new subjects, right? We've talked about these things dozens of times in various different forms and in various different perspectives. And McKinsey has done an interesting thing, though, and has brought them together for a singleness of purpose, which I will talk about in a minute, but has integrated these 3 concepts in a very interesting way. They call it, give it a fancy name called a triple play. But it's the integration of these 3 perspectives. And quite frankly, they are citing tremendous growth in companies that adopt all 3 in a very serious way. And cite the differences between adopting all 3 versus none or 1 or 2. They've been able to size up what the differences are. It's kind of amazing. It's still over the top of the thumb kind of questions and answers to get this kind of feedback, but from hundreds of respondents. So this I thought was quite interesting. That's why I'm going to spend some time with you on it. Let's get on into it, though. So the first is this idea of creativity. Not a new subject. What this is all about is making sure that you are very much in tune with the needs of your customers. You heard that before, haven't you? I say it all the time. And if I think you're drifting from that concept, I gotta pull you back. Some of you experienced that with me. But this is all about making sure that you're in tune with your customers' relationships. Your customers have gone through a terrible year. Going on a year and a half now, year and a quarter. But we're not out of this yet in many markets. So because your customers have been disrupted so significantly, you've got to go back and figure out, well, what's going on with them? What's changed? So if you haven't done so already, you should be having meetings with them to understand how they're dealing with the pandemic, how their markets have changed, how the attitudes of their customers have changed. Why would you do that? Because as their customers change, so does your customer change in response to that. This is representative of new demands that they're going to have for your products and services. You need to understand them. Now, that's not new. I said this all last year. And so have a million other people that probably you've talked to on this subject. You've got to understand the changing needs. Now, on top of their customer changes, these very same customers of yours have materially changed the way they operate, mainly because of COVID and the demands that put on your operational procedures and your operational model, including the at-work model of stay at home, come to work, go to a co-working space, to have meetings. You can do Zoom meetings, and the list goes on. But your operational model may have also changed in terms of the way you actually do business. Your customers have invented new processes or modified their processes. You want to understand how they operate. The people you talk to close a deal may be very much different because of these changes, but also there may be new leadership in this company that you didn't know about, because there's a lot of fallout. There's a lot of fallout because family situations have to leave work because somebody got to take care of the kids because they're home, or they go to work only 2-3 days a week, and it's unpredictable which of the 2 to 3 days. Somebody's got to be at home. Somebody left work. That's happened all over the place. So you've got to get in relationship with how your sales process works with your customer. Who am I talking to? You've got to reestablish relationships. See what I'm talking about? This word creativity is actually doing something that you had with probably a different name, that is reassessing the needs of your customers. The creativity part of this is you have come up, or will have come up, with new ideas of how you're going to do your marketing and sales work and any subcontracting work that you're doing with them. You need new ways of accomplishing what you used to before in all of your business disciplines. I bet that not a single one is untouched. So that's what they mean. That's what McKinsey means by creativity, creating new ideas for working with your understanding and working with your customers. Okay, that's creativity. The second out in this triple play is analytics. Again, we've hammered you to death in our posts and our discussions and the mentoring we do about the importance of having analytics that measure and set targets and measure the progress of marketing, sales, development, manufacturing, distribution channels, supply chain, and the list goes on. Nothing is untouched. Customer support, don't want to leave that out. I mean, all of this stuff has to be optimized. So this covers your customer interactions, the personalization of your marketing programs and their effectiveness, your techniques like test and learn, and how to refine your marketing messages and your advertising programs, and all sorts of nifty ideas about marketing sensors and things like that also get you in tune with how your marketing programs are dealt with by your customer, how these opportunities are passed along to various people in your customer's organization. Ultimately, you want to know what kind of return am I getting on all of this stuff, particularly in marketing and sales spending. So, thoughtful analytics is necessary for effectiveness. You're going to change your creativity is going to change the way you operate and the way you deal with your customers. You've got to be still effective at it. So what McKinsey is telling us is, okay, it's really great that you've been creative and all that sort of stuff, but how do you know it's working right or working optimally? Your analytics will tell you. So that's number two. That's the second out. First one is creativity, understanding your customer. The second is the analytics that measure the effectiveness of it so that you can continue to improve. The next one is this singleness of purpose. Well, what do they mean by that? Okay, we got a strategy. It kind of has a singleness of purpose, but this is not what they're meaning here. Singleness of purpose is the breadth of the impact of your singleness of purpose across your company. So as leaders of companies, CEOs and the top executive team and throughout the organization, we're all on the same page. In fact, we're all on the same page of this new set of pages that has to do with our relationship with our customers. So this creativity and the use of analytics is widely deployed and understood and used throughout your organization. Your value propositions are understood by everybody and why, and can discuss them intelligently, particularly with customers, of course. Your competitive advantage is now could be quite different, mainly because what's important to your customer is different. But everybody, the purpose is for everybody to understand this. It's breadth. The empowerment across your organization is necessary. That you've allowed people to act on behalf of the executives of the company to be creative, managed by these analytics, and communicate your singleness of purpose. Adopt and communicate a singleness of purpose. That's what they mean by singleness of purpose. It's not so much that you have one, it's the breadth by which it is being deployed and implemented. That's out 3 for your triple play. But there's more here. Who the hell's in charge here? Who makes all this happen anyway? Guess who? It's the Unifier. McKinsey talks about it. Guess who the Unifier is? It's the Chief Marketing Officer. How about that? You just thought the marketing guys were fluffballs, didn't you? Oh, they're right-brained people that have really great ideas and can say things well, and they can do messaging cleverly, and they can do logos excellently, and on and on. Uh-oh. Now, they're at the right arm of the CEO, and he has on his left arm his sales executive, and this marketing executive has accountability for revenue growth, the growth of the business. I tell you that when you read this McKinsey report, those companies that have done this sometimes double and triple revenue growth year after year over the last few years. Anyway, it's, I think, extremely innovative and putting teeth into the marketing function of a company, that they're accountable for revenue growth. And the kind of individual we're talking about is not just anybody. This is a well-seasoned, with lots of wisdom and know-how, to be a team builder, an inspirational leader, someone that people just love to follow, someone with great ideas that can, quite frankly, bring into effect this singleness of purpose just by their sheer leadership alone. That they're empowered by the CEO, not only accountable to it, but causes empowerment to occur throughout the organization. That's what's going to happen here. So there you have it. So you got the triple play and the guy or gal who's the unifier that brings this together for the company. Pretty exciting, I think, in terms of a concept. Did you hear anything new about what you need to do and probably are already doing? Probably not. But I hope I've given you perspective of how this all hangs together. That's what McKinsey was trying to do. So there you have it. In a nutshell, what you need is thoughtful creativity, And informed analytics used consistently with an underlying singleness of purpose of your company, founded in meeting customer needs and unifying leadership across the entire company. And with that, you're going to have a great day. And your challenge is going to be, unlike baseball, where you have a triple play every 2 months or so, you're going to have a triple play every single day. That's going to be what's required of you. And with that thought, you have a growth triple play every day, and every day you'll have a good day. So, believe it or not, I've got a couple of questions here. The first one is, how real is this? That's not quite the way this person said it. Well, look, when you take a look at the McKinsey report, you'll see that the measurement of the effectiveness of all this is still in its infancy. So this double or triple revenue growth thing is by those that have adopted all three of the elements of the triple play. But the period of time that this is spanned is still quite short. So stay tuned. But I think there's a lot to this. It kind of brings things that you should be doing together into something that unifies it all, from understanding the customer to actual measuring it, the execution of your entire team, and having everybody bought into what we're trying to do. I think that's pretty darn important, don't you? I hope so. So the other questions I see here, we've covered, so I'm not going to try and say something all over again. But thanks for joining us. And I see some other comments. I'll respond this afternoon to the 3 or 4 others that I have here. Anyway, have a great day.